Hello students, in last class we studied about cell is the fundamental unit of all living organism. So we studied what is cell, different types of cell, invention of cells and cell theory and types of microscope. So today class we are going to proceed with a topic cell structure. A cell is the smallest unit that is capable of performing life function. Each cell living has the aptitude to perform certain basic function that are characteristic of all living forms. Cell structure, this we are going to study in brief. Okay, so this will be the diagrammatical view of cell structure. Here you can see mitochondria, centrosome, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, ribosome, lysosomes, nucleolus. So these are the cell organelles. Okay, so what will be the outer membrane of the cell, inner membrane of the cell, what is the liquid which is present inside the cell. So these are we going to study in brief. Characteristic feature. The shape and size of cells are related to the specific function they perform. Each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic functions. Cell contain a specific component called organelles. Each kind of cell organelle perform a special function. For example, if it is nucleus is the organelle, okay, so what happen? What is function? Nucleus control all the activities inside the cells. So every organelle does every special function. All cells are found to have the same organelle irrespective of their function and which organisms they are found in. Difference between animal cell and plant cell. So these you discussed in the previous year itself. So just we go and recap session. Animal cells are generally small in size, whereas plant cells are larger than animal cell. Cell wall is absent and the cell wall is present and it is made up of cellulose. In animal cell, except the protozoan euglena, no animal cell possesses plastid. In plant cell, the plastids are present. Vacuoles in animal cells are many and small. But in plant cell, most mature plant cells have a large central sap vacuole. Okay, the entire plant cell, when you take the entire plant cell, there is a large space which is occupied by the sap, central sap called vacuole. Animal cell have a single highly complex Golgi. Plant cell have many simpler unit of and prominent Golgi apparatus called dictyosomes. Animal cells have centrosome and centriole. Plant cell lack centrosome and centriole. The main difference between the animal cell and the plant cell based on the lack means absent. So animal cell there is no cell wall. In plant cell it is made up of cell wall. In animal cell there is a presence of centrosome and centriole. In plant cell there is a lack of centrosome and centriole. So this will be the diagrammatic view of cell organelle. Here you can see the large sac-like structure which is called vacuole. Okay, and here you can see the outer membranous cell wall. Here you can see in the diagrammatic view of animal cell there is no cell wall. Okay, the cell membrane is the outer membrane of the animal cells. And here you can see the centriole which is present in the animal cells. Structural organization of cell. So based on the structure and organization, these are three types. Plasma membrane, which is otherwise called as cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from the external environment, allows the entry and exit of material in and out of the cell. It also prevents the movement of some other material and is therefore called a selectively permeable membrane. A cell membrane or plasma membrane is called selectively permeable membrane. The plasma membrane is flexible and is made up of organic molecules like protein and lipids. So membrane consists largely of a lipid bilayer which is double layer of phospholipid cholesterol, and glycolipid molecules that contain chain of fatty acids and determines whether a membrane is formed into long flat sheet or round vesicle. So these all about the plasma membrane structure. So this how the plasma membrane looks like. Okay, the cell membrane looks like. So here you can see made up of a bilipid layer. Here you can see the carbohydrate, glycolipid, hydrophilic H. Okay, so it is made up of phospholipid bilayer. Okay, so here you can see the protein channel and integral channel. So these are the outer membrane of the animal cell, and this will be the second layer membrane of the plant cell. Function. They keep toxic substance out of the cell. They contain receptor and channel that allow specific molecule such as ion, nutrient, waste and metabolic product that mediate cellular and extracellular activities to pass between organelles and between the cell and outside the environment. They separate vital but incompatible metabolic process conducted within organelles. Here you can study what is diffusion. The net movement of particles from where they are more concentrated to where they are less concentrated. So that is called diffusion. Okay. They are more concentrated to where they are less concentrated. So there will be the movement. So that movement is called diffusion. So here the concentration word refers to amount of a substance. What is osmosis? The region of higher concentration of water to the region of lower concentration of water by a selectively permeable membrane is called osmosis. Okay. Endosmosis and exosmosis are the types of osmosis. First we see what is endosmosis. Water molecule will pass across the plasma membrane in both direction, but more water molecule will enter the cell than will leave. So what happened when the cells in the cells when the water enter, what happened? The cell will therefore swell up and increase in volume. So this process is called endosmosis, where the water which is present, which is travels into the cell. Okay, when the water inside the cell, what happened? There will be like swell up and increase in volume. So that process is called endosmosis. Exosmosis, exo means out. So in this case, the water crosses the plasma membrane in both the direction, but this time more water leaves the cell than enter it. The cell will therefore shrink. What happened? If the cell expel out the water outside, what happened? The shell get shrink. So there will be the automatic reduction in volume. So this process is known as exosmosis. So this will be the important 2-mark question, endoosmosis and exoosmosis. Let us see what will happen if you put an animal cell or plant cell into solution of sugar or salt prepared in water. So here you can see the 3 movement. Okay. So one movement is hypotonic movement, that is hypotonic solution. It means hypotonic solution is the solution surrounding the cell which has higher water concentration than that in the cell. Water molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane in both directions, but more water will come into the cell than will leave. The net result is the water enters the cell and the cell is likely to swell up. So this is like a endoosmosis. Okay. So when the cell gets the water filled with the inside the layer, when the water is filled with that, what happened? So the cells get automatically swell up. So this is hypotonic solution. Isotonic solution. Iso, it means same. So there will be the same concentration of water where the passage of water in the plasma membrane can transform. The water crosses the cell membrane in both the direction, but the amount going is in the same. Okay, if 50% of water getting inside, the 50% of water expelling outside. So if the limit is maintaining in a balanced order, so this will be like example. Okay, so if it is maintained a balanced, so this is there will be the maintenance of same concentration of water from the region of higher to lower. So that is called isotonic solution. So the cell will stay the same size. So there will be no the cell swell up or the cell shrink. So there will be maintain a same size of the cell. So that result in isotonic solution. Hypertonic solution. When the medium surrounding a cell has lower concentration of water than that in the cell, it is said to be hypertonic. Water crosses the membrane in both the direction, but this time more water leaves the cell than enters it. Therefore, the cell will shrink. So this will be the osmosis in animal cell. Here you can see isotonic. There will be no change in the cell shape and size. But in hypotonic, here you can see the cells can swell it up. Hypertonic, here you can see the cells shrink. So this will be the osmosis in animal cell. Next we proceed with cell wall. Hard outer covering of the cell present outside the cell membrane. Cell wall is composed of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex substance and provides structural strength to plant. Cell wall is present in the plant cell and helps the plant to withstand the environmental changes. The cell wall is a rigid outer covering composed of cellulose. So why the cellulose is present? To provide the structural strength to the plant cell. So next here you can study here is plasmolysis. Okay, plasmolysis is the process which happen in the cell wall. So it is the process in plant cell where the plasma membrane pulls away from the cell wall due to the loss of water through osmosis. So lysis is called what? There will be the division. Lysis, it means division. Or plasmolysis is the process where you can see in the cell wall. Plasmolysis is the process in plant cell where the plasma membrane pulls away from the cell wall due to the loss of water through by the process called osmosis. Function of cell wall. It protects cell membrane and internal structure of the cell. It provides rigidity and determines the shape of the plant cell. It prevents drying of the cell and helps it to bear unfavorable conditions. It provides mechanical strength to the plant cell. So these all about the cell wall. Next we study about protoplasm. The term protoplasm is given by the scientist Purkinje in the year of 1839. So what is protoplasm? So protoplasm is nothing but the combination of cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm. All cells contain living substance called protoplasm. So it is a jelly-like, viscous, colorless, semi-fluid substance in which various cell organelle and inclusion remain in colloidal form. Protoplasm can be distinguished into two types. One is cytoplasm and other one is nucleoplasm. Whereas cytoplasm is the part of protoplasm which surrounds the nucleus. The nucleoplasm is the part of protoplasm which is located inside the nucleus. So from the cell membrane to the nucleus, so there will be the fluid filled jelly-like substance called cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, there is a plasma-like substance called nucleoplasm. Cytoplasm. The part of the cell which occurs between the plasma membrane and the nucleus envelope is called cytoplasm. Cytoplasm consists of an aqueous ground substance, the cytosol, containing a variety of cell organelles and other inclusions such as insoluble waste and storage product like starch and lipid. Chemically, cytoplasm contains about 90% of water, 7% of protein, 2% of carbohydrate and lipid and 1% of inorganic minerals, vitamins, etc. Thank you.